In 1912, J.P. Morgan testified in front of Congress and said, "Gold is money, nothing else is." And what he meant by this statement is everything else in this world derives its value, it's a derivative, from precious metals. And ever since the government got us off the gold standard, every year the dollar loses more and more value. And this is one of the reasons they took us off the gold standard in 1971, was because there's only so much gold and silver out there in the world. And this paper money they could print anytime they had issues. Well, I believe all these issues are finally catching up with us. There's too much debt out there, and we definitely need to be stacking gold and silver. So today I wanted to do a video on one of my favorite subjects when it comes to prepping, and that is silver. Throughout the years I have had many debates back and forth whether you should be stacking silver for prepping or not. The number one thing people throw at me is you can't eat silver, so how is that going to help you in an economic collapse or an EMP or a crisis? And I believe, unless it's a straight Mad Max scenario that the world is changed forever to the extreme like that, I think that is the only way it won't ever hold some value. And even then it possibly could. But I believe we are going to have a monetary reset, and silver and gold are definitely going to be extremely valuable in that case. I remember when I was younger and gold was $200 an ounce. Now that I'm older, you look back like, man, if I could have just bought a bunch of gold back then, it would have paid for itself 10 times by now. And I really believe that even if things didn't collapse, 10 years from now, people are going to look back and be like, can you believe we didn't buy a bunch of silver when it was $15, $20 an ounce? But with that being said, I think that is a normal case scenario if we don't have a financial reset. And I really do believe in my lifetime, and I think it's close, we're going to have a monetary financial reset, definitely here in the United States. And the value of silver is going to go through the roof. I know back in the Roman days, a soldier got paid 1 denarius a day, and he was able to feed and clothe him and his family and live a decent life off of that denarius a day. To this day, 3 billion people on this planet still live on only $2.50 a day. That's one of these mercury dimes, basically. And that's in these good times. That's when everything's fine. So I can only imagine how valuable silver is going to become in these future economic collapse scenarios. The true intrinsic value is going to come out of it because nobody's going to want to get rid of it, and nobody's going to have it. There's not that much out there. So I believe stacking silver is an extremely important part of your preps. I only buy 2 to 4 ounces every other week. So this is, as an average guy working an average job, you can accumulate a nice amount of silver just by being consistent with it, adjusting some bills, and buying a few ounces a week. Now, I'm not saying, I haven't here or there went out and bought a, 5-ounce special deal at Spot, but that hasn't happened but maybe a few times. This is what I've accumulated by just buying a couple ounces every other week, or when I had a little bit of extra cash I could afford to put on it. So anybody could start building a nice stack anytime they want. You just have to start doing it and keep stacking, put it away. Another thing I wanted to add in there, I watch a lot of bug out bag videos and things like that, and I have never seen anybody talk about keeping just a small little pouch of silver in their bug out bag. I keep this pouch in mine. It has, a bunch of mercury dimes, some little 1 gram silver rounds, a 1/10 of an ounce silver rounds, But I keep that in my bug out bag because, you know, if a situation ever arises where you do got to really grab and go, it's just, it leaves me a little reassurance knowing that, you know, at least when things calm down or a barter system establishes, I do have, or will have, a lot of wealth in such a little area. So just something to keep in mind. You know, I think it's a great idea, and for the amount of space it has, I mean, you could even, you know, put that to your belt as you're going or whatever you want to do, but it takes such little space up. I think it's definitely something that everybody should consider doing down the road or in the future. But anyways, thanks for listening to my silver gig here, and I hope that you're stacking silver. I think it'll benefit all of us in the future. So good luck. God bless. One more thing. I'm going to start in November doing monthly giveaways. I'm going to give at least, you know, 1 ounce of silver a month away. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it or the exact details, but I do know that I am going to start doing that for my subscribers. I will keep everyone posted in future videos on how I'm going to go about doing these giveaways, but it's definitely something I'm going to start doing. So you have to be subscribed, and you'll see the videos on when and how the contest is going to be. It's just going to basically be somewhere along the lines, you be subscribed, watch this current video, it'll tell you when the contest date's going to be, and pretty much that simple. So thanks for watching, and good luck out there.